Hello everybody, this is Jeremy Toth and the DAW. Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be taking a look at a brand new plugin from Acon Digital. That is going to be their DeBleed drums. Now I have actually been on the beta testing side of this plugin for quite some time. I've been using it for a very, very long time. And I really like this thing. If we look at our tools section, you'll see that this is kind of like the remix plugin, which is essentially your way of being able to stem out tracks in a 2-track recording very easily. You know, you can solo up the vocals, you can solo up the piano, you can solo up the bass, the drums, and the other instruments, and you can control how sensitive it is. You can do fader control. It's really cool. A big trick is I use this on all my live recordings on the vocals. I solo up the vocals, put it on the vocal track, and it basically makes it seem like the vocal is recorded by itself. In the new kind of drum studio bundle that they have, I forgot what it's called, I'll have a link to it down below, you have remixed drums. Now this is the exact same thing, only at a more microscopic level. You're able to do this on a stereo track of drums and control everything from the kick drum, the snare, the hi-hat, cymbals, toms, and other, which is percussion elements. Really, really cool. And if you have percussion tracks, this is amazing because then you can be like, hey, I'm getting so much bleed from all these other instruments. I just want to hear my percussion. Same controls as the remix plugin. You have sensitivity, solo, mute, fader controls. I really, really hope they maybe try to add panning, but that's going to be really hard to do. This sounds amazing as it is. Let's listen to this recording real quick. It's very, very good. And the only thing that I can think of that is even close to this is the Oxford drum gate. This is my favorite drum gate out there, and it doesn't sound as good as the Acon Digital one. It's still very, very good, but you're losing some detail in there. It's just not keeping as much transient detail. It's not keeping as much top end. Whereas if you use the actual DeBleed drums plugin, which is dedicated to your drums as a gate, and that's the focus of this video, check this out. You're able to select everything from your snare, hi-hat, cymbals, toms. I really, really hope that they add percussion in here because I would love that. Like I said, I was beta testing this and remix drums for the past several months. And the way that this works is you have your threshold. Anything above here essentially is going to be gated out. You have your sensitivity and your noise floor. So if we have this all the way up, it's gating everything out. You bring this down, and by the way, let me show you how well this works with a touch-sensitive screen. Listen to that. What I did is I cycled through the other algorithms because I wanted to show you, this is so intelligent. It knows this is a kick drum, so it knows to gate it. And listen to how it's gating it. It's retaining almost all the high frequencies. It's retaining the low end. And it's even retaining that like sucking sound that you get from the beater hitting the kick drum and then recessing. So it goes boom, boom. Kind of has this like weird little thing that it's doing, which is the same thing that the Oxford gate does. The Oxford gate does the same thing, but this just does it better. This does have a pretty big latency. You're getting a, let's find out. It says 97 milliseconds, and it looks like 96 of that is basically from this plugin. So this is not something you can use live, but it's very low on your CPU. I've been using this for months. On all of the videos you've been watching with live drums, this has actually been on every single one of them. And I'm not joking. I love this. I've actually known the developer of Acon Digital for a while back when I was working for music marketing. He's an amazing guy and he's super intelligent. And dude, his stuff is just so good. It was good back then, like forever ago. I don't think my daughter was even 2 back then. So it's like 5 or 6 years ago. But it's just so good now. Let's listen to the snare. So this is with my processing. Let me just go over this real quick. I use the Universal Audio Hemisphere microphones. I bought them as a demo to try them out. I bought them on Amazon. I bought the SD5, the kick drum mic, the SD7, the kind of snare drum mic, and then 3 SD3s, which is kind of their like tom mics. And I love them. I kept them. I don't have my Shure Beta kit anymore. So I only use this, and I love these microphones. You're able to get a great sound without the emulations, but when you have them in, it just sounds so much better. Very clean, very low noise floor, and very, very good at rejecting noise. And it's really good for something like this. So if we go to drums, go to DeBleed drums, I'm going to touch it, and we're going to go to the snare drum. I'm going to bring this all the way up, and let's listen to this. That's an amazing gate. It sounds so good. And just listening to the kick and snare, right now. It cleans it up so much. Let's move on to the toms. These are the 3 SD3s, and they're using the Audix D4 emulations. They sound monstrous. And even without the emulations, they sound pretty good. But the emulations mixed with the camel strip from Safari Pedals is really doing a lot. So nice. Okay, let's gate these out. This is going to be extremely easy. We're going to go to drum, DeBleed drums, boom. This is a tom, so we're going to go for toms right here. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Okay, let's check this out. Bypassed. That's really good. Really good. Let's throw it on to the middle tom, the rack tom. Notice how it couldn't tell the difference between the kick and the snare and the tom. Really, really good job. We're going to throw this onto the floor tom. This is that, that big explosive tom. Right, a little bit of a cannonball going on. Oh my gosh, that sounds so good. All right, now these are the mics that are going to be a little bit trickier. These are going to be the hi-hat. It's doing a really good job. Okay, let's do the cymbals. And I feel like this is going to be the one where even in the beta program, I found that this was the toughest to do, right? Let's listen to it. Now it's kind of able to discern the difference between the hi-hat slightly. So if we bring the hi-hat in, it's not bad, right? What about mix? bypass it. It's really good. It's cleaning it up. It's tightening it up. And like I said, I'm going to be honest with you. I find the cymbals to be the hardest one to do. It's definitely doing it. You hear it when the crashes come in. It works. It's doing its job, but it's a little bit too aggressive for me. So for this, I usually do a lower noise floor and I set it to something like this. You're able to retain as much detail as possible and you're still getting a nice happy medium. It's definitely better than anything I've used so far. It's absolutely amazing. I mean, this is a live recording. I think there was like 3,000 plus people on this. We did the whole thing on an X32. I think it was just one X32 for monitors and mains. And this was all recorded through the my Dante card. But I mean, check this out. Suddenly my panning has actual movement, it has motion. It's really cool. Now, like I said though, personally, I probably wouldn't use the cymbals very much. I would probably do something very light like this, set it to a low noise floor, like about minus 15 dBs. I don't want to do too much crazy gating on cymbals. Yeah, that's a lot more natural and I really like that. Now, there is other use cases for this. I'm going to close this session up real quick. And I'm gonna grab this session that is a cover of the marimba song. This was also a live recording, but this was done several years ago, like 2 years ago. And the problem with this session is that I was using my Shure Beta kit, my Beta 52, my Beta 57, my Beta 98 amps for the toms, and then my my Beta 81 equivalents, the SM81 equivalents. I forgot what they are. They got stolen right after this show. So they're gone. But check this out. These drums are all triggered. And let me bypass the leveler from Safari pedals that I have on there. Long before it. So we're not getting much out of it. So what I'm doing is using the Acon digital drum gate or the DeBleed drums to basically do hardcore gating of this very mushed up sound. If we look at this right here, the kick drum, right here, the kick drum. But turn this on. It gets rid of everything. So then I add trigger and I heavily trigger this. We add the SPL Transient Designer and then I add the UAD Avalon channel strip. And then we do this again to everything. I'm using trigger for the snare. I didn't really need to do much because the snare really wasn't playing. But for the toms, you really, really hear it on the toms. Check this out. We'll go to a place where the other tom hits, maybe right here. Right, and then bypassing this section. So we're doing a lot of heavy processing. And then for the overheads, I think I'm just doing this as a drum gate. Yeah, you see how I have the noise floor a little bit higher. And it's just used to kind of get me a little bit farther. And then finally for the percussion track, it's very hard to use with this because the percussionist wasn't really playing. I'm just kind of turning this into like a smash track. But this is the tone we're getting now. I can hear the sound of violin. And without Acon digital drum gate, this is the tone we're getting. Actually, we'll take off everything. And the reason why I'm able to use the trigger so heavily is because drum gate is basically isolating it so well that I can make this floored all the way down and trigger can just always get triggered, and it works perfectly. I can hear the sound of violin. Right? It's doing a really good job. Yeah, that's it for this video. I'm going to say again, I was on the beta testing team. I've been using this for months. I love this thing. I've actually been bugging them like crazy, being like, when is this coming out? When is this coming out? It came out when I was out of town working a show. So it sucks, but I'm back in town. I literally got back in town like 3 hours ago. It's amazing. I love this thing. And if they ever made something like a Wave sound grid capable version or a UAD, if Acon Digital partnered up with UAD and they allowed their stuff to be on their interfaces, it would be so worth it. I would totally buy the UAD version so I could use something like this in a live situation. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I really like this plugin. I think it's absolutely amazing. And I think for the price, it's a must-have. It is definitely a buy. And it's going to be one of the rare few times that I'm going to say, I think you should buy this. I think it's absolutely amazing. Now, I will say, grab a demo. Try it out first. There is a demo of the bundle or the suite, but it is worth your time to check out. It sounds absolutely amazing. And if you're not trying to be fast and heavy-handed like I am on an example demonstration video, if you want to be minute and get those really critical details in, Acon Digital is blowing my mind with how good they are with their latest codes and just the algorithms they're using now is absolutely amazing. I have a couple more videos coming out on Acon Digital stuff. I have all of their plugins. But yeah, I'm really excited about this. I've been waiting to do a video on this, but I was just waiting for the final version to come out, and it is finally out. I will have a link down below. This is Jeremy Toth and the Daw. I will see you guys later. Bye.